tells a story. Every color shines so bright. Welcome to Horizon Crochet, where creativity finds its way. Laugh a little, stay a while. Share a pattern, share a smile. At Horizon Crochet, we're all friends here, making memories year after year. One stitch at a time, we'll grow together, crocheting through every kind of weather. Grab your yarn, grab your tea, come crochet with Kelly. Horizon Crochet. Come on in, pull up a chair. Leave the busy world out there. Grab your yarn and your favorite tea.
Hi, my name is Kelly and welcome to Horizon Crochet. And if you're watching this later, thank you for stopping by. I've seen Danielle and the Norton family have stopped by, just to name a few, to watch the recording, the replay, and I just wanted to say thank you to you all. Hi, Sarah, my buddy, my partner in crime. Sarah's in the house, and Anastasia, Coffee Mama. Good to see you. Hi, Kathleen. I am unmuted. I made sure this time. I don't think I'm ever, this could be a lie, I don't think I'm ever going to forget to unmute again. I have fixed it so that it's going to be really hard for me not to unmute. So if anything, you're going to hear me coughing and stuff like that in the background before I'm ready now. So it is good to see you all. Happy Sunday. I hope those who were celebrating 4th of July had a wonderful time yesterday. And it is the day after, and we are relaxing and crocheting. And I have a little game for you all today. I have another project I'm working on. I have one tiny tidbit of news. Just for those of you, hey Erica, good to see you. Before I go on, there is a little bit of a delay today, so I don't know where that's coming from. But if you happen to notice that I'm missing something, just give me a poke, because there's quite a delay between the recording and when it's actually popping up on YouTube. So I apologize if that affects the live at all. Let's see here. I'm just going to pop that in just in case. I appreciate you, Kathleen, and I approve that. I approve that 110%. So it'll help me in the long run. And thank you. What is everybody working on today? Or you sit back relaxing? What's everybody working on? Anything in particular? Or are you just sitting back relaxing from full barbecue bellies of yesterday and everything? I know we have people from different countries here as well, so happy to see you too. And so I was just messaging with the famous Bonbon. I'm not sure if she's here or not, but she's such a sweetie. And I was asking her, and I'm going to reach out to you all as well. And we probably have figured out what's going on here. So I reached out to Bonbon because I am working on a little mouse. And these are mouse ears. Let's see, let me scooch down a little bit. M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E. Anyway, so get my goofiness out of the way. Ooh, jeez. Just moved the whole table and everything. Okay, we're back. And so I've been working in the round, and this is chunky yarn. Yes, this is chunky yarn. I did try with size 4 yarn, and I'm still struggling with it a little bit. And the pattern actually suggested a thinner yarn than 4. So I am trying to improvise, as I always do, with my love for chunky yarn. And I'm making these mouse ears for a mouse actually, and I'm happy to show it to you all once I'm finished. I hope to bring it on Friday. It is a gift, but I want to share the experience. And if I like the pattern, I will put it and we'll talk about it more on the Friday live. It's very cute. It's adorable. And I hope that I can share it with you all and suggest it. I just want to make sure. Erica is just finishing a rectangular wrap. I can say that word. Anastasia, my dragon. Ooh, I'm excited for both of those. Erica, what colors you're using? I'm curious. I saw a pattern for a fall wrap and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I actually, the colors are kind of unlike me. I'm kind of mute, neutral. You can tell by all the colors behind me. They're kind of toned down, right? You don't have very many brights. And I'm just curious. This one pattern I saw, I wish I had saved it. It's not on this computer, but it's very bright and vibrant. And I'm not used to that. And I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone a little bit. So I was just curious of what you were using. I'm using Roll With It Melange in Showtime. I will check that out and see what that is. I was just really curious. You know, I lean on you guys. I'm coming out of my comfort zone and leaning on you all. So thank you for being so supportive and so nice. And what else? I'm going to wait to start the game for about 10 more minutes, 9 minutes. We'll start at like quarter after the hour. See if anybody else wants to jump in. And if not, we'll learn, well, you guys will learn more about me if you're interested. I thought I would share a little bit and not too detailed because we are online and, you know, our private information is valuable. But also, these are kind of general. We're going to be playing two truths and a lie, and we'll get started in a little bit. And it's woven in and out of crochet. So you will learn or relate to some of these situations through crochet, or they're more personal about me. So I'm curious, and I wanted to just open up to you all a little bit and let you all know a little bit about me, my style, and my scary way of thinking. And so I hope you can, I hope you get a good laugh out of it too, a couple of chuckles. So I've been working on it for, I don't know, a little while, and I think it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So, but yeah, I'm working on this mouse, and I also have my blanket that I've brought down with me. I mentioned to you during my last live that one of the colors that I've been using, this one, the Glacier, the light blue, that was discontinued. So it's not discontinued in the States, but it is in Canada. But I found a local store that carries it, but they don't have online shipping. So I need to actually physically go to this store. And luckily, there is one local to me. And I'm going to go pick up a bunch of these. So I'm glad to be wrong and that I can still find this color. So that makes me happy because I really enjoy the blanket I'm working on. Let me go ahead and get it out. And also, remember, I had to frog a little bit last time we got together on a live. And I've made up that amount. And then I promptly, you know, made the same mistake almost again. But I'm all caught back up, and you know how you get frustrated with something? I think it was Mary, Sassy Mary was in here, and she said if I had to frog twice in a row, I'd be mad, you know? And I was sitting there, and luckily I didn't have to frog too much, but it is like grief, right? Am I overthinking this? But it is a little bit like the 7 stages of grief when you put your work, your heart, and your soul into a blanket and then you find a mistake. Is just so, you go through these emotions of first anger or first disbelief, then disgust, and then anger, and then acceptance, and then action. And I just think it would be so funny to write a little poem or something like that about having to frog your projects. And Oh, Sarah's here, right? Sarah, you're still here. I was going to give you guys also, we've got about 5 more minutes before we'll start Two Truths and a Lie. Sarah and I had our meetup yesterday, and we did have some people come. We had some, I want to say, in their 20s, which doesn't surprise me. They came out. We had two young ladies and a gentleman come to our crochet meetup. This is the only second time we've met. They were all fairly new. Well, they were beginners. They showed up with yarn and themselves. So it was really humbling in a little bit of a way, because I had always envisioned that we would have people that already knew how to crochet, and I knew there might be a chance that there were some new people out there, but I didn't expect three at once. But I'm really excited. They all came out. They were so sweet, they were so nice, they were kind, they were ready, they were eager, and I think it goes to show that there just isn't enough in-person type of meetings for people to come to and ask questions. And that's really what they were looking for. They were looking for somewhere to go to ask questions about crochet. And they said, I saw YouTube videos, and this is the struggle I had. But when you have those beginner self-doubt thoughts in your mind, like, is this the stitch I'm going into, or is it this one? It's hard to know, it's hard to tell, because they look so similar when you're not familiar with looking at the stitches. Anyway, long story short, it was fun, it was exciting. They all went home with hooks and yarn and resources available to them, and we have plans for our next meetup and what they'd like to learn next. And you know what? If this is what the group ends up to be, that's even better than what I thought it would be. So I'm super excited. And Sarah was a phenomenal partner. And I just wanted to share with you all, because you all have been following along with us as we've been setting this up. Hi, Bon Bon. Good to see you. Let's see. Hi, Kelly. Happy Sunday. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Thank you, Bon Bon. Hello, Kathleen. Everybody's saying hi. Hey, Bon Bon. Hey. Thank you, Bon Bon. It was great. It was really fun. It was really nice because, after the first week, we were like, okay, what can we do to get the people out? And for week 2, I think that's phenomenal. So if anybody was curious, that's how it went. And it was great. It was so much fun, Sarah, wasn't it? It was. It was a lot of fun. And they were so nice and so polite and kind. And yeah, so it was good. And I'm really looking forward to next month. Sarah and I have plans for next month. Hey, Jen, good to see you. No problem. Don't ever have to be sorry for me, Jen. Life is life, right? You got things to do, places to be, all that kind of stuff. So if anybody's out there that hasn't seen before what I'm working on this blanket. Absolutely love it. Have had some struggles with the most recent row, but we're going to move on. We're going to get past it today, and it'll be smooth sailing from there, right? Right? Somebody say right. Somebody go, yes, Kelly, that's right. It's going to be smooth sailing after this. Hey, Jen, it's about time you got here. Yeah, that's right. You tell her, Bon Bon. I'm just kidding, Jen. Don't be mean to me. Kathleen, that sounds so fun. It was a lot of fun, Kathleen. It was a lot of fun. Pretty soon, it'll be inevitable. They'll all learn way more than I do, and then they'll be teaching me. And I look forward to that day. Bon Bon. Hey, Jen, it's about time you got here. Ha ha, Bon Bon. You guys are so great. I love how you playfully pick on one another, and yet we're all here to support each other too, right? So, in our journey. And what else can I update you on? Oh, the last update I was going to let you know is I showed you guys that block hook holder, and My husband and I did some numbers, and I think in the fall we might start selling those in different types of wood and different styles. But we're not there yet. But it is something that we're seriously considering in case anybody's interested. So that's an expansion on what I'm doing. It's not really with a big plan or a big purpose, but I want to make things available to people that are more accessible to the general public and not just those with big budgets, you know? Right, grr. We were missing you, Jen. We always miss Jen when she's not here. I'm the life of the party. Okay, now. All right, now. I can have the prototype? No, that's mine. We made one for someone else. It's very near and dear. So we've only made two so far. But we've got a plan. We figured out the costs of making the blocks, and we've managed out a rough amount of money that it'll cost for us to make and then turn around and sell them to people to make them more accessible for a more affordable price. I can't tell you what that'll be yet. I wish I could, because I have someone coming over to pick up a large order of items that I'm shipping out. This is how I save money on shipping, is I wait till about once a month somebody comes by, picks them up, and I only pay half the price on shipping. So for those of you who are waiting for something from me, I apologize, but this is how I save money on my free giveaways. So I apologize if you haven't received something yet. But tomorrow they're picking everything up at once at half the price. And I hope you can see it from my point of view and saying can't beat that, right? So that's right, Jen. That's funny. Let's see here. All right, what time is it? Let's get started. Is anybody interested in playing Two Truths and a Lie? I know there's not a whole lot of people here, but if anybody's going to have fun with it, I'm happy to go ahead and do it. You smuggling, Kelly? Brianna? Close. Close. It's still legal. It's still on the up and up. Jen, yes. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead. And Brianna, Brianna, you don't know how close you are. No, I'm totally kidding. Erica's in, Jen's in. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to wait a period of time after I tell each two truths, one lie. You guys try and guess what the lie is. And I'll wait like 2 minutes between each one to give you all some time because there is a delay on YouTube today. So that does have me a little bit nervous about the timing of this, but it'll be good. Let me just pull up my timer here. I've got my phone out so I can pull up my timer. And Jen says, let's do it. Brianna's in, Jen's in, Erica's in. Okay. If anybody else wants to just pop in for some of them and not all of them, great. Now, there is no prize for this. It's just bragging rights. Hope everybody still wants to play. So let's go ahead. Let me pull it up. Let's see here. And I'll try and work on my blanket as I go ahead and do this. And pull up my material. I'm going to give you an easy one first in case nobody's played Two Truths and a Lie. I tell you 3 things. 2 of those are true. 1 is a fib. A lie is a strong word. It's a fib. You know ahead of time. So can it be called a fib instead of a lie? I don't know. We'll see. I'll give you an easy one as an example. I had one. Okay, this should be an easy one for everybody. I'm going to give you an example. I like to try new stitches. I never watch other crochet. You know what? Maybe I should do. Let me do this. Give me a second. To make it easier for you all, do I like to try new stitches? B, do I never watch other crochet creators? C, I always enjoy learning new crochet techniques. So A, I like new stitches. B, I never watch other crochet content creators. C, I enjoy learning new crochet techniques. So from that, which one do you think is the truth? B, B, B. Oh, I forgot to say. I'll just give it, we'll give it our, everybody was really fast. We'll give somebody some more time. And if we don't need the whole 2 minutes, I'll go ahead and stop it. B, 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 B. Everybody's saying B, B, B. And you know what? I think that's such an easy one. I'm just going to stop the timer. And that's right. So you guys got it. And that was an easy one, right? So yes, I have definitely watched other crochet content creators constantly, all the time. Love them. So other type of creators as well, but definitely crochet. So you guys got the gist of it. And so let's go ahead and do, there's some personal ones in here, and then there's crochet ones mixed up in here. I'm going to throw, trying to think of where to start. Let's start with this one. Let me first flag the other one. I've never counted stitches. I've watched crochet tutorials while crocheting. I forgot to put a letter to them. I've never counted stitches. B, I've accidentally used the wrong hook size. Or C, I've restarted a project because I wasn't happy with it. So is it A, I've never counted stitches. B, I've accidentally used the wrong hook size. Or C, I've restarted a project because I wasn't happy with it. And that's when I am going to time. And while I do that, let me work on this. I'm really excited about the little mice though, that I'm making. I want to make 4 of them. If all goes well with the pattern, like I said to you all, I'm still making the very first one. But I'm hoping I really enjoy the pattern and I can show it to you all. And make a bunch of them. 4 to start. For 4 little kids that are going to be at a party that I'm going to be at. And I have to make them all the same, right? Otherwise they'll fight over who gets what color. So I think I have enough yarn of all the same color to make the little mice. And I'm excited. Let's see how much time we have left. Okay. Erica says A. Jen says A. Anastasia says A. Kathleen says A for sure. Brianna, A is a lie. I was thinking Stitches, the show. Oh, Stitches, the show is a great Wednesday program that starts at 4:30 Eastern time zone. And it's phenomenal. It's with Alexa and Sammy on Yarn Over Hook. Can't suggest it. They are hilarious. Like, if you ever having a bad day, just pull up an old Stitches episode and you will feel so much better by the end of it, especially about crochet. If you ever get a little frustrated or that kind of thing. All right, we're almost at 2 minutes. Really want to get some of this color in Glacier. It's giving me anxiety thinking about as I use it, how fast I'm going through it. But I'm loving this blanket a lot. It's really, you know, one of the reasons I like thick yarn is because of the heaviness of it. It's just so cozy. All right, let me do one more stitch and then I will let you know what the truth is and what the lie is. So, A for sure. Yes, the lie is I've never counted stitches. I don't know how we could not. Like, these aren't too terribly hard, but I think they're fun nonetheless. I have never counted stitches. So you are, if you suggested that, it looks like Erica did, Jen did, Anastasia did, Kathleen did, Brianna did. Good job. All right, let's go for a harder one. All right. I have a hook of every size from 0 through 20. B, I have a favorite crochet hook. C, I store away my yarn labels as soon as I get home. So is it A, I have a hook of every size from 0 through 20. B, I have a favorite crochet hook. Or C, I store away my yarn labels as soon as I get home. And start. Do, 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 do. Sorry, had to. Oops, that went right off. You guys don't know how relieved I am to find somewhere that has this yarn, because I was like not looking forward to frogging all of this after getting this far. And I didn't realize the blanket, I'm making the blanket bigger than the recommended size, so it's my own undoing if I do run out of yarn. It's not according to the pattern. Do you ever find that you're constantly wanting to change or make your own personal edits to your own style for patterns, and then you look back and you go, I should have stuck to the pattern? Yeah, that's my life. Should have stuck to the pattern, trusted the process, right? Who was it that said that? Trust the process. I'm trying to remember the first person that ever said that to me. And get this in here. Got a little bit more time. Well, we got a couple of different answers here this time. Let's see. Brianna says C is a lie. Jen says B. Bon says C. Kathleen, I'm going to go say C is a fib. And C. So everybody went with C, but Jen. And the answer is I store away my yarn labels as soon as I get home. I haven't got time for that. I wish I did, but I do have every hook from 0 to 20. I don't know if they're very good hooks, but when I first got into crochet, I was like, I must have all the hooks. All the hooks. So if you got that, I store away my yarn labels as soon as I get home, that is the fib. I do not do that. All right, another question. Stop. Reset. Let's do this one. A, I've never had yarn roll across the floor. You know when you're crocheting something and you give it a tug and then it accidentally just takes off and rolls across the room if your cat or dog doesn't chase it. So A, I've never had yarn roll across the floor. Or B, I've crocheted while watching TV. Or C, I've had to untangle yarn barf bigger than a softball. So A, I've never had yarn roll across the floor. B, I've crocheted while watching TV. Or C, I've had to untangle yarn barf bigger than a softball. And start. Brianna, what are you working on today? Are you crocheting anything or relaxing, recovering from yesterday's festivities? But I've got some projects in mind now. And in case you missed my update on Friday, every week now, my live days, I finally found a good time that works with life, family, work, everything else. So I will always be going live from 5 to 6, 6:30 on Fridays. And on Sundays, 2 to 3, 3:30. Just to give you guys, I'll still post it in Discord, but just to give you all a better idea. Again, if you make it, great. If not, I totally understand. Let's see here. What time do we have? We have a little bit of time left. Relaxing online shopping. Since it's about to rain, I wanted to crochet, but yeah, it's about to rain here too. And maybe it already has. We were supposed to get a storm around 3 o'clock. So if during near the end of the live I disappear randomly, then you know the storm took me out. But I will be back. It might take me 5 minutes to get back, but I will be back. As I've got a power supply I can hook up to. It just takes 5 minutes to set it up. All right, so let's take a look. We're coming up on 2 minutes. Let me finish this cluster. Stop. Okay, so it was either A, I've never had yarn roll across the floor, B, I've crocheted while watching TV, or C, I've had to untangle yarn barf bigger than a softball. And I've never had yarn roll across the floor. Yeah, never had it. Maybe it's a chunky yarn thing. What did you all say? Let's see. I don't know where we finished and where we picked back up. I think it's at Brianna. Brianna said A. So Brianna got it. Jen got C. Bonbon said B. Kathleen said B. So the right answer was A. I've never had yarn roll across the floor before. Why did that come up? Because it's something that I guess thicker yarn just is weighted. It's heavier, maybe so it doesn't roll as much. I don't know. But I also crochet a lot on the sofa and I hold my yarn right next to me. So maybe that's why too. Anyway, let's do a fun one this time. Let's do something, test how well. Let's do something a little different. I have, ready? A, I have 2 YouTube channels. B, I celebrated reaching my first 50 subscribers. C, I enjoy painting with oil paints. So is it A, I have 2 YouTube channels. B, I celebrated reaching my first 50 subscribers. Or C, I enjoy painting with oil paints. Which one is a lie? This one's a little trickier. Tricky. I'm curious what you guys are going to get on this one. Some people say A, some people say C. We've got a minute to go. I've got some in here about more about crochet and more that's not. So the weather has finally, the temperature is finally broken here. We're in the low 80s, I think. And then after this rain that's supposed to come, I'm hoping it really cools down after that, because there are actually homes up here in Canada that don't have AC or AC units or window units. And because it just, I don't know, just wasn't a priority, as we don't have as many warm months as we do cooler months. And the temperature really was doing doing a beating on the more vulnerable people in our community. And so I'm so glad that the temperature's going down to normal for us, at least. I hope it's cooled down where everybody else is too. Okay, so is it A, I have 2 YouTube channels, B, I celebrate reaching my first 50 subscribers, or C, I enjoy painting with oil paints? The answer, the lie, is I enjoy painting with oil paints. I do not like oil paints. It's not my thing. I tried it and I just really have a hard time controlling the paints. But I do love watercolor painting. And I know some people think of watercolor painting as finger paint, you know, that kind of thing. But it's come a long way, and it's really a fun project to ever get into. And if anybody's ever interested in it, let me know. I'm happy to answer questions and make suggestions. So, who got that one right? Jen guessed A. Anastasia guessed C. So Anastasia got it right. Kathleen got it right. Bon got it right. Brianna and Jen, I actually have 2 YouTube channels. Just one is not very active. But I had a YouTube channel. It was a painting YouTube channel that I had, and I really enjoyed it, but I couldn't keep up with it. It was around painting, watercolor painting, and I just, yeah. So there is another channel out there that is mine, and it's got watercolor videos on it. And I enjoyed it a lot for a while, but then life got busy, and it just hasn't gotten as much love, but it's still there. All right, next question. Let's see here. Let's talk about yarn. Let's talk about yarn, baby. Let's talk about you and me. All right. I enjoy working with chunky blanket yarn. Wow, that's a tough one. I love soft yarn that feels cozy. I refuse to use acrylic yarn. Is it A, I enjoy working with chunky blanket yarn? B, I love soft yarn that feels cozy. C, I refuse to use acrylic yarn. How about that one? I used to have 3 channels. Really, Jen? What were they about? I only actively work on one, but I still have the other one because I keep thinking that one day I'm gonna record another project, another painting project, and I'll post it. I just have been so engulfed in crochet that I have not done that. I'll be so glad to have done this row and be done with all the frogging nightmares. Okay, so A, I enjoy working on chunky yarn blankets. B, I love soft yarn that feels cozy. Or C, I refuse to use acrylic yarn. Let's see what you all say. Yaya is an oil painter. Very cool. It takes a lot of talent, Jen, to do oil painting, so give Yaya my kudos. C, Kathleen says, is the fib. Jen says C. Anastasia says C. Jen says one was about gaming and the other one was just for watching lives. Oh, cool, Jen. Bon says C. You're all right. It is C. I do find some acrylic yarn to be really itchy. I don't know why. Most people have that happen with wool yarn, but I find some acrylics just irritate my hands a little bit. So the answer is C. All right, let's get a little personal. Then about this one. Let me take a look, make sure I've got the right order. Okay, the next question. A, I'm married. B, I have 4 adult children. C, I'm a grandmother of 3. So is it A, I'm married, B, I have 4 adult children, or C, I'm a grandmother of 3? Let's see how old you guys think I really am. I'm really excited to crochet these mice. It's just the cutest little pattern, and I want to show it to you all, but I don't want to show it to you all until I know it's a good pattern that I recommend. And I picked it up for only like $2. I know some people are like, if it's free, if there's some that are out there that are free. I looked and looked, but I didn't find any like this one that was free. And I like the pattern as someone who has issues with dyslexia. I find the pattern really easy to read, and it's really nice. I like it a lot. All right, we've got 1 minute. But these mice are so cute, and I was thinking about picking up if I really like making them, because I have a thing for mice. Okay, that's something I've never shared, I don't think. I love Christmas mice, especially when it's Christmas time around my house. There's little mice all over the place. Felted mice, sock mice, stuffed mice, like gnome mice. I have ornaments all over my Christmas tree that are little Christmas mice. And I think it all goes back to the 12 days of Christmas. And I know I'll talk about Christmas in July, but I think it just goes back to that story of Scrooge and 12 days of Christmas and all that kind of stuff. It just takes me back, right? So I have a little bit of a fascination with mice. And if I can create these mice, then I could put little Santa Claus hats on them too. Once I get size 4 yarn down, because you definitely can't make a Santa hat with chunky yarn. I mean, you could, but I want it to look like it is sized for the mouse, right? Okay, sorry, got distracted with that one. Nutcracker vibes. Absolutely. The Rat King from the Nutcracker, like, he was the first evil character introduced to my life. I don't know. My mother took me to see the Nutcracker when I was young. And I just, the Nutcracker Rat King was the first villain I ever knew about. I was like, oh. Anyway. All right, so you all say C, which is I'm a grandmother of 3, and that is correct. I am not a grandmother of 3. Not yet. It could be, but not yet. I will be soon. Not of 3, but 1. Yes. Okay. Let's do a crochet. Let's stagger them. Crochet and personal, crochet, personal. All right. I like this one. A. I've bought yarn because I love the color. B. I've only ever bought one brand of yarn. Or C. I've bought yarn because it was on sale. This should be an easy one, I think. Is it A. I've bought yarn because I love the color. B. I bought yarn because it was on sale. No, wait. I got it confused. I'm sorry. A is I bought yarn because I love the color. B, I've only ever bought one brand of yarn. C, I've bought yarn because it's on sale. I'm getting tripped up on my own order here. You guys are quick on this one. B, B, A, B. Which one's the lie? Give it a minute or two. And Barb, are you in here by any chance? Barb, if you're in here, cough. If not, I'll just message her later. What's going on here? There we go. My yarn was splitting. Hate splitty yarn. Hate splitty yarn. Drives me bonkers. But Nutcracker vibes to Brianna. Brianna, are you into theater stuff? Because you came up with the Nutcracker, and it's not usually people's first. Also, with mice, I had an obsession with Mighty Mouse when I was a little kid too. Mighty Mouse to save the day. Yeah, I was a big Mighty Mouse fan back in the day. So that's another reason to... Alright, I think it is time for a color change here, which means I gotta leave this on the hook. And the next color is the Potion Pink. Look at all these ends, all the ends. So let me get my pink out and let me cut this off. This is all that I've got left of this one. Not much left. Looks kind of sad, huh? Let's wind this up a little bit. And then I have one left. After that, I definitely have to go and get more. Tuck that in. Do I have any more of the pink opened? I think I do. I thought I had some more. I do. Another one that's almost done. Double check those stitches, Kelly. Okay. I'm into some theater stuff, but not a bona fide theater kid. Jen loves the theater. Hi, Brian. How are you? Just passing through. Wanted to say hi. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Brian, for stopping by. Appreciate it. You're welcome here anytime. I like the theater a lot, but not all of it, but I do like it. You said to count those stitches. Did I miss something, Brianna? Did I miss a cluster? I'm looking at it here just to be on the safe side. You don't understand, the struggle's been real with this row. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Okay, let me get to the answer of this 2 truths and a lie. Did I get you guys one? I'm getting distracted. Getting caught off guard. The last time... Let's see here. Nutcracker vibes. I have lost track. Easy, even though I'm on low brain power mode. I love that. Low brain. I have her captured. LOL. Double check those stitches. I'm into something. Okay, got that. Yeah, there's such a delay in YouTube today. Just making sure you didn't do too much if you messed up. Thank you, Brianna. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the reminder because it is good to double check. You're zooming today. I am. I'm just all over the place. If you're looking for Barbara, I have her captured in my back room. Jen, you let Barbara free. You let Barb free. Brianna's laughing. Okay, so I don't remember. Did I give you guys a new one? I usually highlight it after I say it, and I forgot to highlight it, I think, this time. Okay, so I've only ever bought one brand of yarn. That was the last one of 2 Truths and a Lie, and the fib was I've only ever bought one brand of yarn. I absolutely have bought yarn because I love the color. They're right up above my cubes. And I've bought yarn because it was on sale. Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. I do try to have a project in mind when I buy yarn on sale. I make sure that it is usable. I don't just buy it because it's just cheap. I do make sure I have a project in mind for it at least. But yeah, I have bought many brands of yarn and I'm kind of picky. Kind of picky. Let me go ahead and change that one. And let's do a personal one. Let's do one that, okay, let's talk about pets. Pets. I have A, 2 small dogs. B, I have imported a pet from out of the country. Or C, I have a pet mouse. So A, I have 2 small dogs. B, I have imported a pet from out of the country. Or C, I have a pet mouse. Which one is it? Which one? This one can be a little tricky. Kathleen says C. Bonbon says C. Jen says C. Brianna says C. Anastasia says C. Woodshed Theory. Hello. Hope it's a mouse. Hello, Woodshed Theory. I love that YouTube name, by the way. Are you a woodworker, or is there a story behind that name? Because I know a guy right now in a woodshed. Just saying. And he's like in my backyard in a woodshed. So yeah, I'm curious about that. You have 2 small dogs. I do have 2 small dogs. Brianna put a bunch of mouse trap. Oh my gosh, Brianna, that's so cute with the cheese in there and stuff. That icon, that's amazing. Okay, so yes, I do have 2 small dogs, Pippin and Gidget. They are my empty nest syndrome fix. I have imported a pet from out of the country and proud of it and love that pet to death. I have a pet mouse. I do not have a pet mouse. I have had a pet mouse, but not anymore. So if you chose C, you are correct. Jen, sorry. Why are you sorry? Stop saying sorry so much. You don't need to say you're sorry. Okay, let's go back to crochet. I co-host a monthly crochet meetup at my local library. That's A. B, I live in the USA. Or C, I love to gift crochet projects. So is it A, I co-host a monthly crochet meetup at my local library? B, I live in the USA. Or C, I love to gift crochet projects. Lots of answers on that one. I think everybody's going to get this one. I'll give it a couple more seconds. And let me change, while we're waiting on that, let me change this color yarn here. Do ever people find that you ever make your tail so short that you have to, you become paranoid and now you forever make your tails too long just to overcompensate? That is me. There are some people, I see how short they cut their tails and I'm just amazed by it. And I just, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how they even maneuver a darning needle around to get that. Makes me nervous. This chair is so noisy. Do you guys hear it popping all the time? I think I need to get a new chair. Yeah. Definitely need to get a new chair. It pops. All right, well now on a row that works as a single crochet. What's going on with my yarn here? This is a wide blanket. I didn't realize how wide I was making it when I started it, but now I know. So let me go ahead and put at least 5 stitches in here, and then I will let you know if you're right. Just want to get some in here, worked in here, because at the corners, when you turn, it's so floppy at first. Floppy, I'm not sure if that's the right word, but and making sure that I get the front and the back. Okay, there. Let's see here. Yes, but I never learn. Brianna, you're so funny. About the tail, the tail. Yes, on the tails, if it's too short, you can weave the needle through your project first and then add the yarn and pull through. That is such a good idea. I didn't think about that. Thank you. Thank you, Woodshed. I appreciate that. That's a good tip. Never thought about that before. That's why I love this channel. I'm learning so much from all of you. I know most YouTube channels is about learning from the creator. I'm like the opposite of that. I'm learning from you all, and I love it. Bonbon, I love your blanket. The colors and the stitch work are gorgeous. Thank you, Bonbon. I'm really enjoying this blanket. It may become my new favorite blanket to make. Jen says, what is your favorite stitch? You know, I don't really have a favorite stitch, Jen. I'd have to think about that one. I would. I mean, if you made me pick right away, I'm going to say double crochet because that's what I'm doing right now. But I'm not sure. And I really have so many stitches I have to learn still. But it's a great question, Jen. I'm going to take a, let me get back to you. I'm going to carpool it. Woodshed theory. That's what I do. That's awesome, Bonbon. Anastasia, I'm starting to get a headache, so I'm going to go rest. Nice to see you. Oh no, Anastasia, I hope you feel better soon. If there's anything you can take for it that doesn't upset you more, go ahead and get some rest. Headaches are no fun, especially if you're prone to migraines. You got to jump on those headaches right away and start taking care of yourself, right? Because if it moves into a migraine, that's a whole different ball game. And just to let you know, you're right before you go, Anastasia. I live in Canada. I am an American and a Canadian, but I live in Canada. I do not live in the USA. I grew up there, was raised there, lived half my adult life there, but I'm not there currently. All right, let's see. What time is it? Wow, this one's flying by. I hope she feels better. Headaches are no fun. They're prone to get really bad in our family gene pool. I don't suffer from migraines. I'm very lucky, but I have relatives that get really bad migraines, so I hope she feels better. All right, let's do 2 more. Let's do I always forget to put the letters on. I own more crochet hooks than pair of shoes. B, I've forgotten my tea because I was so focused on crochet. I always bring a cup of tea down with me, and I hardly ever drink it, but I have it in case. Or C, I've finished every crochet project I've ever started. So A, I own more crochet hooks than pair of shoes. B, I've forgotten my tea because I was so focused on my crocheting. Or C, I've finished every crochet project I've ever started. Kelly, why does you stay longer low? What's that, Jen? Could you say that? I'm sorry, Jen. Not sure what you mean. Why don't I stay longer? Is that what you're asking? Brianna says, I know you took pets across the state line because you're A legal smuggler? I'm illegal. I'm legal, but I'm a smuggler. That's a good point, Brianna. That's funny. I did, absolutely. My dog Gidget came from Pennsylvania. And the, so, how did that happen? I knew who I wanted to get my next dog from, and they were in Pennsylvania. And this was in 2019. And we thought we were going to be able to pick her up on our way back from our summer vacation that we always took on the East Coast, US East Coast. And we were going to pick her up on our way back home to Canada. And then COVID happened, and we couldn't go across the border. So I had to buy a broker and have her imported up from Pennsylvania. And this lovely couple I found who transport animals across the border. That's what they do for a living. For people who don't want to fly an animal up or out of the country or to them, this is a couple, and they took the two puppies, Gidget and her sister, and brought them up in a van. They were super cozy. They bought them toys. They sent us videos of them taking them for a walk, a break every 2 hours. And it was such a neat experience. Anyway, so there's a long story. Lore drop. Yep, there you go. That's right, Brianna. It's me babbling. Okay, so let's see. I have not finished every crochet project I've started. So the I own more crochet hooks than I do pair of shoes. That's true. I've forgotten my tea because I was so focused on my crochet. That's true. I do that almost every live. I forget my teas even here. But the fib is I finish every crochet project I've ever started. I wish I would have a whole lot more accomplished and done if I had that type of determination. All right, one more. Let's do something random and fun. Uh, Let's see. One more. I'm trying to look at a good. When I came up with these, I want to find a good one to finish out on. All right. I work. I did it again. I work in HR, human resources. This is a little more personal. B, I'm a full-time crochet designer. Or C, I volunteer for 4 different programs locally. So is it A, I work in HR, human resources, B, I'm a full-time crochet designer, or C, I volunteer for 4 different programs locally? This is the last one. My son adopted a cat from Egypt. That is cool. Was the cat already here? Like, was it part of a program, Bon, that he became involved in, or was it independently done? Brianna, I was thinking the same thing, but I couldn't think of the word. I couldn't think of the word because I was thinking, imagining Egyptian cats and stuff like that. But it's, I was thinking the same thing. I just couldn't come up with Sphinx. I know, Bon. I'm waiting for the answer too. I'm sitting here going, "Oh, is it? Does it look like one of those Egyptian cats? They are beautiful." Okay, so I work in HR. That's A. Or B. I forget which ones I made A, which ones I made B. So I'm just going to read them. My brain's starting to get fried. I work in HR, or I volunteer for 4 different programs locally, or the next one, a full time crochet designer. I think B, I must have said, I'm going to go that I said B was I'm a full-time crochet designer. Yeah, there we go. So I am not a full-time crochet designer. I would like to. I do have a goal to write a simple pattern before the end of this year. It's just a fun goal. It'll probably be something very elementary, very beginner friendly, and very elementary. But I'm going to enjoy it and have fun with it. I think it's a fun goal to have, right? Hey, Deborah, good to see you. Thank you so much, Deborah. Yeah, if you guys are here and you don't mind hitting the thumbs up, I would definitely appreciate it. Thank you, Deborah, for putting that out there. Isn't the Sphinx like a temple? It is, but it's got the body of a cat or a lion, kind of, but a head of a human. So it's kind of a mix of both, Kathleen. And Deborah, I love the video where you had your dog in the video and you were talking about, oh, I can't remember, your sweater. You're crocheting a really pretty sweater. I saw that video. And is that the round stitch? You had a stitch that looked like, was that a bobble or a popcorn stitch? I was curious of what the round stitch was, Deborah, in your project, if you don't mind, if you can recall. What is an Anubis? I'm curious. What is that? It looks like a cartoon. But I don't think that's what you were talking about. What is that, Woodshed? A lion, Jen? Is it a lion? It's a bead stitch. Interesting. I'm going to have to check that one out, Deborah. Thank you for sharing. It was a gorgeous stitch when I saw it there. It's very pretty. And it's coming along nicely, too. Kathleen, that would be the creepiest looking cat. It kind of is. The channel it's from called Knit Crow Addict. I heard, is Knit Crow, I've heard of Knit Crow before. I don't remember where I've heard of that before, but oh, Anibius is the Egyptian cat dog, or cat god. Dyslexia in its finest form. God spelled backwards is dog. That's why I said dog instead of God. So that's good to know. Because when I Google searched Woodshed, it came up as something different. So thank you for sharing. Learn something new every day. Deborah says this bead stitch is super easy. I'm going to check it out. It's a pretty stitch. Hi, Bon Bon. Oh, it's half jackal, half man. I think the sphinxes are cats, if I remember correctly. Anubius guarded the temple and king. Oh. Brianna, definitely seen her pattern links on Yarn Over Hook recently. I was going to say, I'm familiar, I've heard the term knit crow. So, my nose itches really bad today. Sorry. Guide souls to the afterlife. Interesting. Aren't you just a lore full of lore information? That's great. I love that kind of stuff. My daughter has a huge fascination with history around the Greek mythology, and Egyptian history is something that she's just starting to read into. She finds that all very interesting. And I love history, and it's part of history, so I love that kind of little tidbits of information. Itchy nose from all the yarn fuzz. Maybe that's what it is. It's a little itchy. But yeah, my nose just really itches, especially when I come down here. I don't know if it's allergies, maybe, because I am in a basement, but it's a nice basement. I'm not complaining. Sphinx has the head of a human and the body of a lion. Okay. You and Jen got it, Bon Bon. Ding, ding. Winner, winner. Chicken dinner. All right, everybody. I am going to head off. Family time is here. So thank you so much for joining me today and playing the game. Did anybody keep track of their score? I'm just curious. If not, that's fine. It was just something fun to go over. Deborah, her garden looks amazing. I love it. It's so gorgeous. And I'm trying to grow. I know I keep getting distracted. I hate leaving. I need to perfect the logging off process. But I try to grow tomatoes like Jen's, and they got eaten up by bugs. I have such a bug problem up here with growing anything outside. If I grow it inside, it's perfectly fine because, well, it's not outside. But I'm really curious if you've got any tips, Jen or Bon Bon, or any gardening people about the bugs. Has nothing to do with crochet, unless I crochet some bugs, but not likely today. Have a great day, Kelly and everyone in chat. Thank you, Bon Bon. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you being here. I hope you had fun. Thanks for playing Two Truths and a Lie with me. I appreciate you, and I will see you on Friday with mice. Hopefully a couple of mice. And hopefully I'll be able to share that pattern with you and show it to you and make one with you. Thank you so much. You all have a great day. Bye.